Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of the FIFA 21 Ultimate Team Road to Glory, and we are back again finally after a week off or so. We are finally back and we are ready to obviously get back to playing some FIFA. So obviously I was off for a week, I missed quite a few things, however we did actually manage to do Yusuf Atal before we went, so obviously give us a nice little like completion there, and then obviously we can move on to the new objectives, which are Adama, and obviously we might do Nketiah and Smith Rowe, but to be honest can't really be bothered. This is Friday right now, they literally go at 6, there'll be new stuff at 6 anyway. Obviously the new footies team too as well, so I thought, you know what, let's just get Atal done. We did that, and now we're just going to move on to probably Adama so we can use him into the weekend league, because of course we get a weekend league plus for using, I believe 6, 7 or 8, I can't remember which number it is, amount of Prem players in your starting squad, so it helps having like Adama and such like that into the team. So we are going to switch the team up for a little bit for this weekend, maybe use Atal, hopefully we can. Obviously we will definitely use him as a sub, that's 100%. He's got 99 pace and 95 shooting on a centre mid. It's absolutely cracked from him, so he will get used. However, I really want to put him in the starting 11. The only problem is he's Algerian and plays in Liga, so you can't use him as a Prem player. However, he's Algerian. I mean, he does link to Amares, but does it look like there's a good Mahrez out at the minute? Not really. Obviously, there is that headliner version. We didn't complete that, unfortunately. So we're a little bit stuck. I mean, if you got a team of the season, that'd have been nice like he did a few years ago. But unfortunately, he's not the best of seasons. And he doesn't have that much of a good card as a tradable item on the market that we can just go out and buy. I mean, yeah, we've got 500 coins, 500k in the club, sorry. So obviously got a lot of coins to work with. We just need maybe an SBC. That could be a possibility from that headliner. That would be quite nice. So as you've seen on your screen there, Yusuf Atal has been completed, and we're now going to move on and open 10 player picks that we saved before we went on holiday, because I just thought, you know what, let's just do it, let's treat the people, because obviously they've been starved of content for a week, which is not great. But here we go then, here are the 10 picks, or it might not even be 10 picks, it might be like 6 or 7, and then the final one is the footies vote, which obviously might be out tonight. So we're going to start off in the first 2 picks. We get ourselves a Luis Suarez 90 rated ones to watch. That's the 3rd time we've packed him this year, which is quite interesting. The second pick after that, we get ourselves an Inform Lacazette. We've also got him duplicate tradable, so he will have to get used in an SBC quite quickly, and we do that pretty much straight after this. So as you can see, Anderson Talisca is going to get picked there over Dzeko, because I thought, you know what, it's an on-dupe, so let's just stick another player in the club. Then Fabinho 90 rated card pops out. That's actually quite a nice card to get. A few more to go, then we get ourselves Cruz, and then the final one, what is it going to give us? Well, it's not a player that we can really use. It's going to be either Watkins or James as the vote, and as you can see, we are going to be picking Dan James. Now, the reason for this, he fits my team. I mean, if I'm being honest, if it's my unbiased opinion, I would have picked Ollie Watkins. I like Ollie Watkins in real life, you know, he's a bit of a baller, plays for Aston Villa. I like a bit of Jack Grealish as well, you know, I like a few of their players. Obviously, Grealish could be even at Man City as we speak. Like, obviously, I think they've put a bid in of, I believe, 90 million. And Morgan Rogers, which is a striker that played in League One last season for, I believe, Lincoln. He had quite a good season. He scored a few goals. You know, he doesn't look a bad player, and obviously he's got good potential on FIFA, so he could be all right. On your screen now, then, as we stop talking about Man City and obviously Aston Villa, we get ourselves a 95. I believe it's the Path to Glory, Davinson Sanchez. I'm pretty sure that's what that card is anyway. I've had a week off FIFA and I forgot everything. But anyway, yes, we could have chose Yarmolenko over him, but I thought, you know what, we lack sort of a centre backs that are good from the Premier League. I mean, yeah, we've got Joe Gomez, but we've got Laporte. I mean, yeah, he's great, don't get me wrong, but I thought Davinson Sanchez would be better. However, he's not. He's got 2 less pace, which is quite interesting, and he's not even worth as much. So, you know what, that's a bit of an L. I believe, though, he's the highest rated, so it's just better fodder, which is quite nice. So anyway, we're now going to move on into a draft, and the reason for this is simply because they've brought out new draft objectives, and obviously brought a lot of players back to the game, let's be honest. I mean, the game was dead pretty much before this came out, let's be realistic. They were hardly anyone playing, but now it's brought a massive, well, I won't say massive, but quite a few, it's brought a big volume back to the game, basically, of players actually actively playing the game. Obviously, I believe the max is like 48 wins or something, you get a freeze Firmino. That's not even the greatest, well, no, it's not, it's an ultimate pack, I believe, for the best objective, but you do get like a freeze Firmino, you get a Mason Mount for 12 wins, and the other one is Wayne Rooney's end of era SBC. We've still got that in the club, which is quite funny, so we might just use, well, we will use one of them for fodder. We might even use 2 of them, actually. So obviously that's quite nice. We get some good fodder there. You also get some nice packs. I believe there's a 45k pack for like 6 wins or 8 wins. You also get a pick for 8 wins possibly, and there's a few things. So I've not really looked at it properly, but obviously we're going to be unlocking some very shortly. We do 2 drafts in this episode. For the first draft, I'll to be honest, I'll spoil it now. We only make it to the 3rd round, and you'll see what really happens in the game. I mean, it wasn't the greatest game to play in, I'll be honest, and there was very little chances or even goals for that matter, which you will see. But anyway, for this draft, I mean, there's a few nice players in there. You've got your Aguero that's obviously now moved to Barcelona. That looks really weird seeing that on a FIFA card. Like, obviously, Aguero you normally associate with Man City. He's been there for such a long time. Obviously, he's scored some very important goals as well. And then we get ourselves, not even a strong link, it's a perfect link to that man. And that is, of course, Messi. Now, that is such a brilliant link for next year, I think. Obviously, with those 2 cards, obviously, Messi, don't get me wrong, it's going to be like, what, 7, 8, 9, maybe even $1 million, maybe a couple of million, who knows, but it will be very expensive at the start of the game like he always is. Then you've got Aguero, who won't be as expensive, but I reckon at least 200, 300k, simply because it gives off that perfect link to Messi, and that is what people will want to use. Obviously maybe not right at the start of the game, but a month or 2 months in, we're going to get a lot of coins probably put onto the game. And then obviously people will be able to start affording these big players, and then obviously putting them into the team. But I'm just excited about the start of the game. Like, I just love building like the gold teams. The OP gold teams are probably the best time of FIFA, and then obviously the end of FIFA as well, where you can pretty much get any card. You can obviously get so many different cards now. You got your Adamas, you've got your Atals, you've got Tavernier, you've got Alessandrini, all from objectives, and they don't even take that much time. Let's be honest. Like, I mean, yeah, the Atal and the Adama probably do, but you can literally do the second worst version, if that makes sense. So for Adama it's 91, and for Atal I believe it's 91, both right mid cards. They're obviously not that bad, and you only need to get them in 4 games, if that makes sense. You only need to play 4 games is what I'm trying to say, to obviously unlock those cards, which is very good. And then you have to play obviously the mass amount of games to get the 2 higher rated versions, which, yeah, there's probably quite a big difference, but the 91s are probably still quite good anyway. So as you can see in this game, we had literally no shots at half time, and we finished the game with 1 shot. I mean, we had a massive chance there with Vinicius Jr., but I slowed down, and it allowed obviously Varane to catch up, and he got the ball, and unfortunately we didn't get the shot off, or even for the goal, which is unfortunate, and we do lose the game 1-0. I mean, when do you ever see a game of FIFA ending 1-0? Pretty much never, to be honest, and I've not scored, well, it's been a very long time since I've not scored in a game. So anyway, the next draft, let's just move on, let's just try again. Obviously we've used the draft tokens. I believe got 6 or 7 draft tokens, because I did a couple of the SBCs. I mean, it's so good that you can literally do drafts like 2-3k. It's brilliant. And even if you like mess up in the 1st or 2nd round, you can just put the players back into the draft, draft SBC, and then obviously you make the draft out of that. So moving on into this draft, then, it's quite nice is this start. I'll be honest, we've got Eusebio Prime Moments, never used that card, and I'm very excited to use it. Obviously it's quite a nice card to use. We then get ourselves an option of Petit and Essien. I chose Essien because I trust him with my life, to be honest with you. And the rest of the team will just play out, but them 4 players there, well, 6 players, sorry, are actually quite good. Obviously you got Jesus. I absolutely love that card. I can't lie to you, it's a very good card. Not a lot of people use it, and obviously I don't think I've actually ever seen it in like FUT Champs or anything. Maybe the first like week or 2 since it got released, but apart from that I've never actually seen it. And he's such a good player. Maybe it's because he's so expensive, maybe it's because he's very rare, I'm not too sure, but he's absolutely cracked, and I don't think a lot of people know about it, but he's very good. I'd probably say he's better than like normal Ronaldo and things like that. He's actually really good. So anyway, moving on into this draft, looking at obviously the subs now. The first starting 11, to be fair, is actually really good. Now we've got a keeper that gives us full chem. It's a very good team. I mean, obviously, yeah, Fabinho's not the greatest, but we are going to hopefully replace him with like a sub or something. I mean, João Cancelo could maybe fill in at right back, push Tavernier up to obviously the CDM spot and bring Fabinho off. That could be a possibility. We then obviously got Souček now, so that could be a possibility of playing there. I do actually like him as well. Nkunku could play there. We've now got Adama Traore, so that could mean, you know, we put him out on the left cam, and then we bring De Bruyne back down to CDM. There's a few different things that we can do. I even tried to maybe put a Varane in there at centre back, but I thought, you know what, no, we've already got one right in the team, and the 2 centre backs that are on the pitch already are actually quite good. Like Primo was Cannavaro, he's not a bad player, let's be realistic. I mean, yeah, he's a little bit small, but he's got a bit of pace, so he can catch up to people. Then obviously you got Klosterman, he's rapid, he's such a good player on this game as Klosterman as well. So anyway, to end off this draft, we get Cornet. Unfortunately not Cornetto, I'm a bit hungry, but you know, let's give us Cornet instead. Anyway, so the final manager, obviously, to put the team together is going to be Chris Wilder. Don't mind a bit of Chris Wilder. And now we are going to be moving on into this game. So this game is the actual final of this draft. And I'll be honest, when I saw that Reece James, my eyes lit up. He's got 80 pace and he's playing he's playing as a centre back. As a CDM, if that makes sense. So that card is the CDM, is the Future Star version, and he's playing him at centre back on 7 chem. So that's really, really nice. He's literally going to have like no pace whatsoever. We then take a strike with Haaland, and it's absolutely fantastic to find that net there. Absolutely brilliant. Then Eusebio makes it 3 in 12 minutes. He pauses the game, and he's going to be quitting. So literally 12 minutes into the final, I've already won the game. Absolutely fantastic, and we can now move on and maybe do another draft. But obviously we don't do that in this episode because we're just going to finish the episode in a few seconds. But anyway, yeah, so that were a nice draft, can't lie. Can we get some decent rewards? Not really. I mean, yeah, the mega packs are alright, the 25k packs are alright, but I want the 100k packs, you know, that's what you want. But anyway, as you can see on your screen, this is obviously the team that we're going to probably be using after this weekend. We're going to be chucking a load of Prem players in for this weekend. Obviously, the likes of, I don't know, Laporte's going to get a game. Unfortunately, we don't have Luke Shaw anymore, so we might put Tavernier to left back, and then obviously bring Walker into right back. There's a few different things, obviously. We're going to be keeping the boy St. Maximin in there. However, we may do Wilfried Zaha. I'm thinking about it. It looks incredible. However, it's quite expensive, and obviously you need like 80 rate squads, 81 rate squads, and I don't really have that fodder. I've just got the big fodder, which we can't really put in them squads. So that's going to pretty much wrap up the episode then. If you'd enjoy my return, I am back. Obviously smack a like on the video. Yeah, I've never said smack a like, but anyway, yeah, do that, and I'll catch you in the next one tomorrow for another video.